What is going on, true believers? I always want to come out to you and I want to say, hey guys, we got a great show lined up today. But today, we just got a show lined up today. Is it going to be great? That's going to depend on you. It's going to depend on whether you hit the like button, the subscribe button, the bell to be notified of future content, whatever it is that you're going to do. If you help me, then that will help the video trend. Now, what do we have in the news today? I want to announce first that I am partnered to make another video with Myro. For those of you who don't know, I partnered with Myro a while back. We made a video. We're going to make another video again today. And look, if you're not paying attention to the charts, and if for any reason you faded Myro, then I'm not a financial advisor. First of all, I have a vested interest in Myro pumping. I hold, some tokens, and I got a real sense. However, you might see me every once in a while doing it on Twitter. I'm looking for Myro to have a big pump. Now, why? Myro's following the same path as Dog with Hat, following the same path as Bonk. It's following the same path because here's the thing. They just got listed on Binance Perpetual Futures. That was Myro. What comes next after that? Well, if you follow the path of all of the previous ones that did the same thing, then you're looking at a real Binance listing, Coinbase, Robinhood. That's exactly what happened with Dog with Hat. So, all of these things that were happening before on these other tokens, they're continuing to happen on Myro. So if you're not, make sure that you're packed, that your bag is packed for Myro right now. And I say that to you, not because I'm sponsored, but because I actually believe this thing is about to erupt. Trading at 25 cents right now. I'm pretty sure it's going to be $1 real soon. There seems to be a whole lot going on in the background. When you get these big announcements, they pump like 40-50%, some of these bigger tokens. I got a feeling that Myro is about to explode. So otherwise, Sam Bankman-Fried, how long is he going to go into prison for? We're going to find out today. Ben Armstrong is there on the scene to make sure that he gives you the information and that Neco, if you haven't already, go check out Neco. We're partnered with them. We want to, we think, look, if we get just a little bit of luck and a little bit of headwind in the right direction, then it could be the top cat meme on the Solana blockchain. And there's a lot of enthusiasm, still a lot of trading volume going on with Neco. So take your shot, if you will. Also, Ethereum fees are down. The fees have been down just recently, so it's kind of cool. You can actually trade on Ethereum a little bit more than you could before. But the big story today for us is going to be real-world asset tokens, and I gave you a list of my top 3 last night. If you didn't watch the video, go watch the video. I'll put a link down below for anybody who's watching this. Make sure, by the way, that you hit the like button on the way in, and then BlackRock CEO. Now, you know that we're under attack. We're under attack by the SEC. The SEC, the bad actors in this arena, are coming after us. And guess what? BlackRock CEO Larry Fink says it doesn't matter whether it's a commodity or a security. That ETH ETF, it's going to launch. So you're going to bet against BlackRock. If you do that, you're what the French call stupid. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys, we're going to kick it off. We got a whole bunch of stuff, and we're going to lead it off with the silliest, most asinine, crazy, wild, redonkulous, if you will. I don't even know what redonkulous is. I'm pretty sure it's a butt. Or maybe that's badonkadonk. I don't know. But one of the craziest things that you can possibly do is and this is from me to you. The craziest, most insane thing that you can do is good morning. So good morning to everybody. Let's say hi to everybody who's in the house. We got Blockchain Bonehead, who was here last night as soon as I put this out. We got Jay Locke. We got Mike Volmer in the house. We got S Dog here. We've got George Lopez Garcia. We've got JC in the house. Speaking of which, JC is pumping at this point. Maddie B in the house. John Doe. By the way, ETH tokens are starting to have a little bit of a pump right now. Richard Caldwell's in the house. Gazzer's here. Kathleen has become a member of the channel. Guys, if you haven't already, consider becoming a member of the channel. That is one of the biggest things that you can do to help me out every single day and ensure that I can continue to provide you with the content that I do. Abimbola Janet, who is a member, good morning. We got Nasir in the house, Luna Classicing it up. Matter of fact, we got a little bit of Luna Classic news today. Judge Rakoff, that POS, and I mean pretty old sumbitch. He is, I don't know, doing what can only be described as old people shit. Really angry, hates technology. You know that. He's 82 years old, octogenarian. This guy's going to die before this trial's even over, and he's gonna be like, I'm incredibly healthy. There's no way, Lisa Torres should have ruled that buying security is a commodity, or however he talks. I have no idea. I just assume that he talks like shit because he acts like it. You know what I mean? Crypto Antagonist in the house. What is up, you bozos? Jeff T is in the house. What's going on, my man? We've got RW7610 in the house. Jason Pollins is here. Good morning. We've got Soul Volted Dad Cop. We got Palwinder Singh. Landshare is the best one. All right, so we're going to look at Landshare. We're probably going to look at Landshare. We're definitely going to look at Ondo. We've got some of my favorites. We got Goldfinch. Oh my God, I just said goldfish. Goldfinch. We got boson particle, and no, there's no fermion protocol that's available, and there's Polytrade. All of these are different real world asset tokens we're going to be talking about today. We did talk about them in the old one, so let's see what happens. Fun Families in the house. They've got Good Morning Believes. Neco reached my buy zone. Woohoo! Make sure you buy yourself some Neco. It is going to run, right? Sometimes some of these things take a little bit of time for them to really start to kick off, but everything is primed for Neco to be one of those next men up. So it gets a little bit of positive momentum, and boom, it's going to take off. We got Coins Chick in the house. What is going on, lady? Hope you're doing better. Jay Manuel's in the house. What's going on? Yes, redonkulous is redonkulunk and badonkadonk, or whatever the words are. Whatever those words are, those are the ones that I said. You know what I mean? Like booty or butt or whatever. You know what I mean? Maddie B is in the house. We got Alex in the house. Good morning. Trail Boss is here. We've got David in the house. Justin W. We got Robbie. Hello from Amsterdam. Ooh, I wonder if Robbie's high. I don't know. Hi. And I mean that. Marcelo Juarez, good morning. All right, guys, let's kick it off. And we're going to kick it off the only way that I know how. One of the greatest things that's ever happened in absolute wrestling history is Logan Paul. Logan Paul, as you know, is the current and reigning WWE Intercontinental Champion. I have no idea why. Makes no sense whatsoever, but here we are. So with that being the case, Logan Paul has created a new documentary where he defends his crypto zoo quote unquote scam and says that he's going to take care of the people who made the project look like a scam. That's you, Logan. That's it's kind of wild here. But Logan Paul kind of at the center of a big controversy. If you remember, CoffeeZilla came out with his little hit piece on it, featuring a new documentary by journalist Graham Benzinger. YouTuber Logan Paul once again defended his failed Crypto Zoo project, saying it isn't a scam. And by the way, I should note here, it is very easy for all of us to call anything that we don't like or anything that we don't immediately get a 20x on a scam, right? Everything is a goddamn scam all the time, right? But it's not true. Sometimes projects just fail. However, the issue with Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo is that nothing that they promised and nothing near the timeframes that they promised it, and up to today, none of the things that they said were going to happen were delivered. And of course, Logan Paul's thing was he said somebody else did it. It was all somebody else's fault. and that he was just kind of scammed along with it, but that he was going to make it right because it was his project. But at this point, nothing has been done. So I'll be watching this, super interested, especially when the SEC, the SEC is about to step in here, and has their say in what goes on, which is going to be absolutely bonkers and crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to be absolutely crazy. So if you haven't yet, go check out that documentary. And, we'll see what happens over here. But let's get on to what everybody wants to know, with everybody saying L.A. Night. Yeah. So let's talk about Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin's rally caused venture capitalist company to aggressively return to crypto. And here's the funny thing. Reciprocal Ventures, which is one of the VC companies. Remember, there's a lot of them out there right now. Craig Burrell went on an interview where he explained how venture capitalists are flocking back to the crypto industry in the wake of the market's recent rally. So, remember, this is going to be where you get those pumps on these meme coins. These venture capitalist companies are coming in and they're buying up these memes, and these memes are pumping, and then they're using you as exit liquidity. Now, you don't want to see that happen, but I mean, hey, look, this thing, crypto is a powder keg ready to explode. And again, there's a lot of different pieces out here. Bitcoin right now trading at 70,700. Look, you can't deny what's happening with Bitcoin. It's not what anybody predicts. As a matter of fact, let me be honest with you. There are very few people. I listen to a lot of different crypto people. I listen to them because I want to know if I'm wrong. I want to know how I can be more right. You know what I mean? And the only person, legitimately, the only person that I really think has their hand, on the pulse, and they're not right every time, but the only person that really has their hand on the pulse, like I like, is a guy. If you haven't subscribed to him, by the way, please do. His name is Tom Crown. Um, he's pretty funny. He's got this thing with Chairman Powell. He likes to do live streams for him. Calls him Chirpow, and stuff like that, right? And I watch Ben, of course, Ben, but when it comes to technical analysis, I don't trust all these other people. When it comes to people who are looking for something somewhere somehow, the candle Frankie, the Franken candles, whatever his name is. No, I mean, he can tell you exactly what I can tell you, and we can all see whatever the prediction is, stuff like that. But if you haven't already, consider subscribing to Tom Crown Crypto, because he's really in touch with what's going on in the crypto space and what's going on with these charts. He really has a good comprehensive understanding of what's going on. So, spoiler alert, I watch his content sometimes. So, but he has his hand on the pulse of what is actually happening there. And I know it's Frankie Candles, man. Allow me to be funny, if you will. You know what I mean? Plus Tom has Coins Chick, so that means you got to subscribe to Tom Crown Crypto. It is now a law. So it has been declared, so it is done. So everybody's now subscribed. And by the way, if you're subscribed to Tom Crown Crypto and you're not subscribed to me, that's bullshit, because he's at 100,000 subscribers. I'm only at 30. I want to say like 3,000. No, 32,000, whatever it is. But I mean, come on. Everybody over there should be subscribed here too. Anyway, so venture capitalist companies seem to know when to get into a space in order to make money. And guess what? They are flocking back right now because they understand what's going on. Remember, there are calls sitting at $100,000 on Bitcoin right now. There's a ton of calls sitting at 75,000. What do you think is going to happen when we hit 75,000? There's going to be an enormous amount of buy-in. There's I want to say it was $18 billion of expiry coming this month, like an enormous amount. And I think it's today's Thursday, tomorrow. So in the next 16 hours or so, we're going to see an expiry that's just phenomenal. Could be 1.8 billion. I could just be high. I'm not, but you know what I mean. So the point is, venture capital coming back big time into crypto, and here we go. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, the answer, I wasn't even goddamn close either way. It's actually Bitcoin and Ethereum could witness upside volatility as 15 billion option expiry looms. Dealers are hedging with breed volatility at around $70,000. On Friday, leading crypto options exchange Deribit will settle Bitcoin and Ether option contracts worth 9.5 billion and 5.7 billion respectively. Lucas Streiger told CoinDesk, and he's part of Deribit, that many options are set to expire in the money, which could inject upward pressure or volatility into the market. So, guys, this market is feeling like, based on this information, and because these guys are in the money, there's going to be a lot of buying happen on these expiries, which is going to push the price action, or should push the price action, a lot higher. We might be looking at that $77,000, that $80,000 Bitcoin. Would it be crazy to see an impulsive move like that 3 months ago? Yeah. Today, not really. That the level of engagement and excitement that people are experiencing right now in cryptocurrency, we haven't seen it in a while. So make sure, if you haven't, that you got yourself a bag packed, because it's getting ready to get really crazy. Now, this is not Bitcoin related, but it is Bitcoin Cash related. It just went up 13% ahead of the Bitcoin Cash halving, and Bitcoin's still holding steady at around 70,000. So Bitcoin Cash halving just happened. Bitcoin halving is in about, I want to say about 16, 17, 20, 23 days, maybe something like that. We're going to find out pretty soon. And when that happens, then here it goes. We got 30 days. Listen, I do want to say that I think, it is my opinion, that we'll probably have a tiny bit of consolidation. We might get some excitement one way or another. And that excitement, by the way, buy the rumor, sell the news. That's been the mantra, if you will, of this market for a while. So if you remember, that happened when we had the launch of the ETFs, the FOMO buildup, and then all of a sudden we found, whoa, people are buying, ETFs are starting to explode, and then boom, the price started going up. But it really dipped hard that moment. Buy the rumor, sell the news is the rule of the day. So most of us that were predicting that downward momentum for crypto leading up to the halving, you notice I didn't. Like I said, maybe there'll be some sideways action, but we're on a date with 100,000 Bitcoin. I did say, by the way, for those of you that don't remember, I'm the only person telling you 50,000 Bitcoin by the halving. Remember that. I was the one. I know Crypto Keeper remembers. So the point to that is, don't believe that some of these guys are like, oh, we're going to 40,000, stuff like that. No, it's not. It doesn't work that way anymore. This market is not that market anymore. The drawdowns, we're looking at a 20% drawdown. No, it's probably like 15 now. There's probably just a little bit more each time. Now, there could be a catastrophic event in the markets anywhere that will lead to me being wrong about that. That is always possible. It hangs out there like an albatross around the neck, if you will. But it's not really likely in the normal course of business anymore. Volatility is still here. We haven't fixed volatility, but we have fixed those big dumps for the moment. Now, those big dumps can still come back. Again, I'm not saying anything, because this could flip on a dime and start going, in the wrong direction. But with Ethereum ETF getting ready to come, and Larry Fink being pretty confident that the Ethereum ETF is going to happen, with the Bitcoin ETF being, I think 4 of the ETFs for Bitcoin already are in the top 20 of all time of ETFs already. This is going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to get bigger. They're going to continue to get buy Bitcoin off of the exchange. And then remember, about 9,000 Bitcoin are produced every week. And if that's the case, then if that goes down to 4,500, then the fuck we gonna do now? You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do now? Because now you have less Bitcoin entering the market. That squeeze is going to be incredible. Guys, I'm telling you, it is not going to be untoward for you to wake up one morning and see $100,000 Bitcoin overnight. And I mean, it's going to be it's going to be absolutely crazy. You know what I mean? And yes, sir. Yes, you should short it. You should absolutely short it. I recommend that. That's financial advice. I recommend that you do that. And yes, I'm crazy. Please tell me that I'm crazy more, because I love that. Next up, why Bitcoin is lining up to hit 200,000 during the current cycle. It's going to be a minimum of 200,000, because this cycle is representative of a very specific paradigm shift in the attention economy for Bitcoin. So we're sitting at 70,000. Bitcoin historically has significant sort of runs, right? I'm going to say 250,000. Is it going to be a million? I mean, one day, maybe the next cycle, something like that. But one of the things that you can always kind of rely on so far for Bitcoin is what's called the channel up over the past bunch of years, fib retracement levels, all of those kind of things. The 1.618 fib retracement right now is sitting at 180,000. And what does Bitcoin always do? Bitcoin always blows past those levels. It always blows past those auto fib levels. Well, if you look at the short term right now on the 1 hour, it's telling me that 75 is incoming, and it's not going to take very long to get there. When you look at some of these longer time frames, then you're looking at a fib level of 4.23. Again, on the daily, this is right now, by the way. This is not later on. This is right now. Remember, I told you 90,000 Bitcoin by the end of this year, and 250,000 is going to be the top, right? So remember that as we do it. By the way, I did change my charts here. So I put a little blue tinge in here to go along with the blue aesthetic in the background. But here we have the auto fib extension telling you, and guys, remember, I want you to remember this. Bitcoin always hits 4.23. It always hits 4.23. And you go back and you look at fib extensions for history of Bitcoin, and you will see that it always does that. Now, seeing that it's already in this range right now, you're looking again, 77, 80,000. That's coming up right here. That's this little box right here that we have out. So we're not really worried about that one too much. We're looking at the longer term. So the longer term, this line, this blue line right here, remember, this has been the kind of the line to gain, if you will, for a long period of time. And it's going to continue on, and we're going to end up at 90,000 by the end of this year, right? But the important part is if you come up here and you look at the 4.23, again, 4.23 is the number that always gets hit by Bitcoin. 4.23 is currently sitting at 160,000. So, and by the way, when you look at it and you go back and you start to take the time to look at these fib retracements, then you will see that 4.23 breakout over and over and over and over again, to the point that that's where that 180 kind of comes into play. If you look at a weekly, let's see what it looks like on the weekly. Right now on the weekly, boom, 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 boom. Oh, here we go. As a matter of fact, the weekly still has not changed and not shifted yet. And if you look at it from that area, then you can see right here, like this was the last time it did it. And look, it went that 4.23, it exploded past 4.23. It hasn't even collated yet what's going on the weekly. And then when you come over to the monthly, and you look at the monthly tells you that it's going up to, here we go, 291,000. Guys, Bitcoin hits these numbers. That's why this tool is so important, because Bitcoin hits those exponential numbers. So it's almost like it's written in stone or written by stoners maybe. But I mean, it's coming. So let's move on. BlackRock CEO says Ethereum ETF can still launch even if ETH is declared a security. So Ethereum looking like Larry Fink thinks. Reports emerged that the United States SEC was pursuing a campaign to add Ethereum's native asset ETH as security. The implications were that this would affect the ETF. But Larry Fink says that labeling ETH as a security will not prevent the company from launching an Ethereum-based ETF. It's one of more than half a dozen fund managers seeking to roll out such a product for Ethereum. Larry Fink shared his thoughts on the SEC's rumored move while speaking on a recent Fox Business interview. While being hesitant to comment on the subject in a broader scope, Fink told Fox correspondent Charles Gasparino that a security designation for ETH is not going to be that deleterious for the prospects of an ETF. When quizzed further, he says that he thinks, yeah, it's going to launch. And look, if that's happening, and by the way, if you haven't already, make sure that you at least consider following Ellie. That's at Eleanor Terrett on She's Fox News correspondent, friend of mine. Make sure you follow her if you haven't already on X. But she's really in touch if you want to know information that's going on. We've been on podcasts a couple times together on Twitter Spaces, stuff like that. So if you're interested, by all means, consider following Eleanor. She knows exactly what's going on in the background of all of this. She's been like all the time in here. So make sure that you're checking her out. Also, let's move on here. Let's get back into chat here. What is going on, R3A? That's the reader link. Where are the likes at? That's what I'm talking about. Where are the likes? Exactly. Eleanor's on it. Not only Eleanor, but James Seifert and Eric Balkunis. If you want to know what's going on with ETFs, those are the people to follow because they are in tune with what BlackRock, what Fidelity, what ARC21, what they're all doing. Meanwhile, by the way, if you didn't notice, $50 million worth of a distressed asset, a distressed tech company was bought by Cathie Wood. Go look that up. I don't know which one it is because I wasn't paying attention too much to it because that's not my lane. But make sure you check that out. Hey, what's going on, John Shaw? So anyway, check out Ellie. She knows exactly what's going on for most of this. So, by the way, do you know what crime is? I want to pop into altcoins. Do you know what crime is? Crime is what you do if you trade on Tron. Nearly 50% of all illicit volume occurred on Tron in 2023, according to TRM Labs. Data revealed by analytics at blockchain forensic firm TRM shows that Tron hosted 45% of all illicit volume. The so-called dirty crypto appears to be highly centered on the Tron blockchain network founded by Chinese entrepreneur Justin Sun, which accounted for approximately 45% of all illicit transactions last year. According to a recent research report titled The Illicit Crypto Economy by TRM Labs, the figure marks an increase from 41% in 2022, with Ethereum at 24% and Bitcoin at 18%. So does a problem exist? Yes. Remington Perot, we love API 3 here. I absolutely love API 3. The San Francisco headquartered firm founder found Tether to be the stablecoin with the largest amount of illicit volume. So $19 billion in Tether worth of illicit funds were used and funneled through Tron in the last year. Incredible. It's incredible what is going on there. So absolutely bonkers. That Justin Tron, of course, Justin son of Tron, is just involved in it. Now, let's talk about what we all want to talk about: top real world asset cryptos. Now, number one for this is Ondo Finance. Ondo Finance, by the way, we have an article up. They've transferred $95 million to BlackRock's tokenized fund. Ondo Finance transfers $95 million to BlackRock's tokenized fund Build for instant settlements of its T-bill token. The move aims to expedite OUSG transactions from trade date plus 2-day to instant, addressing investor concern. This is the first use of BlackRock's tokenized fund by crypto protocol, enhancing OUSG's appeal as a store of value. And Ondo Finance, for the Ondo's U.S. Treasury-backed token, OUSG. So Nathan Allman, CEO of Ondo Finance, said the shift to BlackRock's Build will significantly expedite the subscription and redemption process for OUSG. Therefore, it will transition from the traditional trade date plus 2-day settlement to instantaneous transactions, which is a big thing. And when you look at the top real-world assets over here, by a long shot, like it's not even close at this point, Ondo is the number one real-world asset, trading right now at 1.3 billion market cap, up 0.7 on the day, up 13% on the 7-day window. Polymesh comes in at 37.9% that it's up at 603 million. Now 37% mark. If it's up 40% on the week to 600 million, then you would say that it was trading somewhere around 400 and something million. So it was in the top 5, but it wasn't like crushing, if you will. And now it is absolutely crushing. And if you want to ever find out what some of these things do, then you just click on it and go to their website and just read what is it that this thing does? So Ondo.finance, if you're looking to do something that's building the next generation of financial infrastructure to improve market efficiency, transparency, and accessibility. And just kind of scroll through here, find out high quality asset managers, BlackRock and PIMCO, regulated service providers, Nav and Cura, StoneX, Trail of Bits, QuantStamp, ImmuneFi, Goldman Sachs, Bridgewater, Millennium, and Maker are part of this. Is Maker DAO, by the way, and these are all part of their infrastructure. It's absolutely crazy what is going on here. So definitely check out these different assets. And look, it doesn't take anything. Just look up real world assets on CoinGecko. Go down the list. Now, I did go down the list, and the one that I found to be the most intriguing in this range, and there's plenty of them that are, by the way. When you look at Polymesh, you get super excited. When you look at Mantra, Centrifuge, Origin Trail, you look at all these, you get kind of excited. So I went down here to Goldfinch. Goldfinch, if you haven't checked it out, certainly you should. Down 4.8% today, but when we were doing this, it was up like a bunch on the week. And 7 day, the 7 day, it's up 84% on the 7 day, 94% on the 14. In the last year, it's up 556%. So these are massive gains. And here's the thing: market cap 275 million, fully diluted 451 million, which is the highest market cap on the ones that I said, you definitely check out. 24-hour volume 25 million, circulating supply 69.8 million, but the total supply 114 million means that they're still holding on to an enormous amount of supply, which they're going to end up dumping on the market at some point. They're going to end up selling it into the open market. And when they do that, that usually represents downward pressure, right? Because that's adding more into the market and lowering and creating price pressure and it'll be absorbed. They'll dump during positive momentum, of course, like most do. But the thing about it is Goldfinch. What does Goldfinch do? Well, Goldfinch, God damn it, is a lending protocol for you to lend out your USDC. And you have the senior pool APY of 7.6%, but that's not all. They have huge percentages up here. A lot of them sustainability, 17%, and they've loaned out 10 million so far. And by the way, this is what you would do here. You're lending out your money to these things. And remember, there's risks with any lending protocol, but the reward on this, of course, we're going into a bull market, so it would be an estimation. I can't say that you would be, but the estimation would be that you would be safe so far. But emerging Southeast Asia, USDC APY is 17%. There's 10 million in there. The duration, you got to hold it. The duration is 25 months. The senior pool, 7.6. Carbon reduction fintech, 17%. African innovation. And by the way, it tells you who's managing these processes. So managed by Atom Capital, managed by Chorus, managed by AlmaVest, automated by the protocol. And by the way, automated by the protocol just means that they do it themselves. This is their in-house. And then Lend East is, this one over here. And they all have really big yields. And you have a duration here. You got to hold it for a long period of time. This is a long-term lending, but what is that worth in the open market when all of this shit starts to just explode, when the market starts to go crazy? And USDC, by the way, USDT is going to continue to be under attack, and USDC is probably going to be the one that ends up getting adopted in the United States, if any get adopted in the United States, because Coinbase is behind it. They're a major investor in it. Coinbase is the biggest centralized exchange here in the United States. I mean, look, we control stuff. Even if I, joke about it from time to time about the U.S. market being weak and selling off and stuff like that, at the end of the day, the U.S. market, where it goes, where crypto goes, it goes. You know what I mean? Or where it goes, crypto goes. So you're going to see USDC start to pump, and being attached to Goldfinch and being the preferred choice here probably plays out pretty well. Also, Boson protocol. Remember, there is no fermion protocol, and if you're a nerd, you know what I mean. Subatomic particles. Anyone? Boson protocol is trading up 14% on the day. In the 14-day window, 156%, up 292% over the year. So it's just now getting a nice little pump, up 14% in the last 24 hours. What is Boson protocol? This is, and you can book a demo over here to check it out. It enables the tokenization, transfer, and trade of anything physical as a redeemable NFT. And there is a marketplace for it. So if you want to come check it out, you can come kind of move around. explore offers here. You can see what the current offers are. There's a few of them out here. This is on you to get into it and start checking it out. But you want to buy a boson protocol. It costs you 650 boson. You want it's a Trendsetters Fusion Bomber, which is for a female, 279 USDC. If you want a pair of shorts, which, by the way, what happens is they create an NFT, they transfer it to your wallet, and then they basically just send it to you. And basically, your NFT is like a receipt of purchase. This Pokemon Dark Doug Trio, you can buy it for 30 USDC. You have these boson T-shirts for 150 boson. Traditional Manchego cheese, $100 in USDT. And there's plenty of different things. And when you click on it, like, for example, if you want the Sleep Number Climate 360, 14,000 USDC, go check on it. And there's 5 remaining. They want 14,000 for the Sleep Number bed, redeemable for 100 days. Seller's deposit is USDC. Buyer's cancellation penalty, $249 if you cancel. So there is an exchange policy, et cetera, et cetera. And this is kind of expensive to me, but $14,000 for a bed. But you know what? If you got it, do it. You know what I mean? But that's what Boson Particle does, and it'll just continue to grow from here. And by the way, selling $14,000 mattresses is probably not the, that's probably not the lane that it ends up in. That's just the start, right? This is one of these things is going to be like the next Amazon. It's going to be the next eBay. It's going to be one of the next big protocols, and then that leads us to Polytrade, which is up 14% today, 70% in the 7-day. 3,670% over the last year. Polytrade being one of those big ones as well. You go to Polytrade and you see kind of the same thing. Welcome to Polytrade, your only destination for real-world asset discover, tokenization, and liquidity. Then you have a marketplace here where, again, same thing. You can trade Pokemon cards, equity, real estate, metals. You can travel. There's a bunch of different stuff that you can do. 6.7 million transacted volume and 105,000 in fees that are earned. And look, it's being covered here by Business Standard, CNBC, IBT, Microsoft, Financial Express, BW Disrupt. Go read up on these things because they are bridging the gap between you being able to buy and sell with your crypto and not being able to. Like, this is the gap that's being bridged right here, and it's being led, by the way, by somebody like Larry Fink. So it's gonna get real. So going down the list here and looking at the RWA. If you look at this list again, Ondo being the biggest one on the list, but you have Polymesh, you have Mantra, Centrifuge, Origin Trail, Pendle, Credit Coin, LCX, Dusk, Chex, TokenFi, Canto, Alliance, Block, Nexera, Maple, Opulus, TrueFi, HiFi Finance, Clearpool, Boson Particle, and you keep going down here and you find, like, what I did was I was trying to look for places where, Polytrade, I was looking for something that was under 100 million market cap with a chance for a breakout. And I was looking for Boson Protocol because it was a little over 100 million. I was trying to stay over 100 million, but Polytrade as a name, it was too good. It was too good to pass up because look, the hashtag on it, or the cash tag on it, is trade. Jesus Christ. Like, that's made for, you know what I mean? That's made for money. Anyway, you got Strike, you got Prop Chain, Prop Base, you got Swarm Markets, you got Sologenic, Block Square, Zen Finance, Bricken, Everest, Leox, Revest Financial. And look, if you ever want to know what some of these do, just go check it out. And what is Soil? Up 294% in the last 7 days, up 296%. Soil.co, what is Soil? So, secure returns on stablecoins backed by real world assets, 14% yield on stablecoins. That's fantastic. Like, Jesus Christ, that's a fantastic return. Imagine, again, look, in a good market, when you're in the bull run and these people are able to use it to earn and create yield. Imagine, by the way, we should also acknowledge there is a risk involved with these lending protocols. There's always a risk involved with these lending protocols. So make sure that you are accepting the risk that is available with these before you do something like that. But, you put in up to $1 million. You get up to a 14% yield. It's $140,000 a year for loaning these people your $1 million. I mean, that's making money on top of money. And you can launch the app very simply. But I mean, that's what's going on with all of these different protocols out here. 24-hour trading volume 3.795. And by the way, where can you buy it? Gate.io, MEXC, Uniswap V3 on Polygon. It's part of the Polygon network. So, I mean, just all you have to do is go in here and check these out, because there's plenty of stuff going on with all of these protocols. So make sure, by the way, that you are checking this out. Make sure that look, real world assets are going to calm and chill out in just a little while. A lot of these different things are going to like chill out just a little while. And there you go. BlockFi and Celsius were totally safe. And God, Mashinsky, God damn it. Now you're gonna make me mad. Look, there's a bunch of criminals in this space, a bunch of bad actors. They don't mean to be, they just are. Because they give you too much return, stuff like that. Remember, these are not safe. They are not safe. However, some of them work out just fine for a long period of time. So you got to decide for your own what your risk tolerance is going to be. So make sure that you have a good idea of what you're willing to tolerate. And let's move on here. Neco. If you haven't checked out Neco, make sure you go check out Neco. Again, I think that this is that cat meme that's going to fly under the radar. And remember, by the way, there were a lot of these that we're talking about right now. When we're talking about Myro kind of flew under the radar for a little while. Dog with Hat flew under the radar for a little while. You'll see a nice little trail of where these things were trading at these small market caps, these micro caps, until they caught wind. And then all of a sudden a VC came in, started pumping it up, and then boom, it took off from there. Neco could be the next one. Shaka Crypto, pretty decent guy. Working hard to make sure that something good happens for you on Neco. Seems to be in touch and in tune every day. And it's down again. It had a nice little spike going up and down, if you will, in this last move. We can check that out real quick. Had a big move up to 6,500 and then came back down, started retracing. Where did it retrace to? Back to the 786 line. Well, what happens from the 786? Most probably, we're going to get a spike back up here into the 4,000 range as a retest. Most likely, we get a breakout from that and get a nice move up into 5,000. If we can get a retest, it comes up to 5,400. And then if we can break out, then you can see another big high getting ready to happen. Now, what you don't like to see is a lower high on that next come up. So perhaps what you were looking at over here is this move right here down to this move right here. Seems that we have some downward facing resistance. And what you're looking for is a reversal from down here, trending it into this upward momentum here. And you're going to need a breakout above this level. The breakout above this level, coin market cap, all those things have been filed. So you're probably going to see some stuff happening here over the next bunch of days. And no fees, nothing like that. Over 100,000 in liquidity, low market cap still. All the tokens are in circulation. We're not holding on to a whole bunch of them or anything like that. So check it out if you are interested. And then moving on, Bencoin. So what's going on with Ben? Well, number one, Ben now has, or shortly will have, staking, and they are going through the process of understanding what staking is. Now, of course, what that means is you're going to give your Ben coins to benfi.io. They will stake them, use them to earn yield. That yield will then be rewarded back to you in term of more tokens. It's not coming from USDC or anything like that. You're going to be able to earn more Ben tokens, which will then be able to sell if you want, or do whatever it is that you want with it. And then, of course, having more tokens and being able to stake, what that does is staking allows for fewer people to sell, because you're earning yield off of it. And look, you got to trust in Ben Armstrong. If you don't trust in Ben Armstrong, fine, that's okay. However, it's kind of silly, because other than when a bunch of greasy little dirtbags tried to steal his company from him or stole his company from him, other than that, Ben tends to win. Ben tends to accomplish what he sets out to do. And what he set out to do here is put this Ben coin into the top 100. Only an idiot bets against Ben Armstrong. This is wild that anybody would consider it. And look, when I put out these posts, I see people all the time trying to shit on it as much as possible. Just a donkey, just donkeys. You know what I mean? And it's crazy that they don't see it. Why? Because they're stupid. Why are they stupid? Because I don't know. I don't know. Genetics maybe. But if you're dumping on Ben Armstrong, that's fine. If you're dumping on Ben Armstrong, but you're holding Bencoin, now you get it. You know what I mean? Now it, you know what I mean? But anyway, you'll be able to stake in a couple days. And as we speak, Ben and Cassie are in New York City at the SBF sentencing trial. So we'll know. They should be broadcasting live. Hold on one second. Let's see. Um, okay, they got their phones. I think they got their phones off right now because I sent in my daily videos for their show, and I don't actually know if they're having um, a real show. I don't know what Jay Chan. God damn, I should have just called Justin. Never. You know what? Duh. Story of my life. Anyway, make sure that you're checking out Bencoin if you haven't already. I've been passionate about it, and I'm passionate about it because I think that TJ, Tricky Nicky, Skeezy Deezy, Jimmy Jam, Chakalaka Laka, Jake, whatever his fucking name is. I think they're bad actors. I think they're seedy individuals. I think they're part of the theft of a company. It's just disgusting to me. And by the way, there was, I guess, a new court order filed because they wanted to negotiate because they know they've stolen a company and they know they're about to lose, right? They know that the company's going into receivership. So what they did is they tried to file an emergency motion to make everybody go shh. But I already downloaded it and I already shared it with everybody. So call me, maybe you can offer me some ETH for my car, right? Fucking clowns. Anyway, I digress. Actually, I didn't digress. I just, I like to talk mad shit to him, like, do something, bro. And a matter of fact, if you want to do something about it, didn't Karate Combat say that they're having another one? You want to shut me up, Teachers? You want to shut me up, Nick? You want to shut me up? Somebody want to shut me up? Shut me up. You know what I mean? Anyway, so let's move on to Luna Classic. Terra Luna Classic, what is going on right now? Look, I am not a fan of Judge Jed Rakoff. Now, if you know anything about the history of what happened with XRP, XRP was that was decided by Judge Annalisa Torres, who decided that selling of XRP to consumers was considered a commodity, and then the selling of it to corporations with an expectation of profit constituted a securities because it was bundled up in a contractual transaction, but there was no contractual transaction with consumers. Well, Judge Jed Rakoff, one of the oldest people on the planet, by the way, Judge Jed Rakoff is 947 years old today, I think. Let me see how old he is. He is 900 million years old. Yeah. This guy listen, this guy, before getting a job in as a judge, he wrangled dinosaurs. This right here. This right here is what's deciding the future of crypto. Are you shitting me? This guy's not even like the grand, like the kids are already passed away. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that old that the kids are already passed away and the grandkids are in their 40s. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the person that's supposed to be deciding. And look, we're arguing. Here's what we're doing right now. No shit. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even kidding you. But if you are a Democrat, you're arguing that Donald Trump is too old to be president. If you're a Republican, you're arguing that Joe Biden is too old to be president. And guess what? This guy's the same age as they are. And this is what we're trying to say is, oh, this is the guy that's going to do whatever it is for digital assets. Can the guy do you even know how to use? No picture of a phone in any one of these. I don't see him on a cell phone. And he's going to be like, I don't have time for that kind of haberdashery. And you're like, dude, haberdashery is clothing. And he's like, whatever, Sonny. You guys are the bee's knees or whatever. I mean, whatever really old people say. I know bees' knees just makes me laugh and chuckle every once in a while. So, do bees have knees? Do they actually have knees, or do they have like the appendage? I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, so this old bat right here, this is the guy who's going to decide the future of Terra Luna Classic and Terraform Labs, and he rejects Annalisa Torres. He rejects court ruling. He initiated the jury trial by briefly summarizing the SEC's allegation against Terraform Labs and Do Kwon, setting the stage for a trial proceedings. Now, it is my estimation. I'll tell you guys, it is my estimation that Do Kwon took the money that he had in tokens and he cashed them out and he fled the country. Now, does that make him a criminal? It could. I mean, I don't know that that doesn't make him a criminal. I don't know that that's the case or not. Here's what I do know. Did he collapse the system? No. Is he being held responsible for that $40 billion? Well, he kind of should be, because he's the gatekeeper for it and he was the one creating the protocol. He was also the one that warned you. Now, if you're an investor and you said to yourself and you were like, hey, man, I read the white paper on this and I'm really concerned about the possibility that I'm going to lose a bunch of money off of this because it tells me that this algorithmic stablecoin is not stable, that it could be depegged. Like, it tells me in the white paper that this might be a problem. Now, I'm going to take a shot at it, but I'm only going to put a small amount of my portfolio into this because the risk here is still there. It still exists. That risk is there. And this guy, Do Kwon, he's challenging people to break it. He's challenging people and telling people that he's fascinated with it. Like, that's kind of crazy, right? So I think that I'm going to take a pass on, I'm just going to put a little bit in here and see that happen. Versus a bunch of degens who are like, fuck the white paper. White paper. First of all, that's racist, bro. It should be called at least a paper, because first of all, we don't want to miscolor or misgender it or whatever the fuck they say, right? But they're telling you here, like, I never read a white paper in my life. It's going up. That's all that matters. Up, 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 and then it goes down and you lose everything because you put all your money into you just put into one specific thing. Why? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why'd you do it? Oh, because I thought it was going to be safe, bro. No, greed is the answer. You did it because of greed. You know what I mean? Like, that's what happened. That's what happened in this situation. Now, do I think that he's responsible for it? Ultimately, no. You are responsible for what you do. You should be responsible for what you do. The fact that the SEC is trying to step in and say, "No, bro, we got you because you promised it would be safe." No, he didn't. He promised that there's a chance something good. Go look at the white paper if you don't believe me. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even have to take my word for it. Go read the Luna white paper. Duh. And it answers the question. Now, what they're going to say is, oh, the white paper? Bro, that's not even like an advertisement. Like, who reads that? Oh, I've never read a white paper. Whatever the fuck people say. Anyway, so Jed Rakoff rejects what Annalisa Torres says, was the point of that wild rant. So now, Do Kwon, of course, he is free pending extradition to South Korea, which should be happening not too long from now. But there are some recent upgrades in Terra Luna Classic that we do need to point out. First of all, 2.4.2, which added IBC hooks, which now means that you can create dApps on Luna Classic. So that network has been legitimately revived. And it's trading at about 3.016 cents right about now. 3.015 cents. The market's pumping again. Bitcoin's now at 71,460. So, a lot going on, but Jesus Christ, I talk a lot. Anyway, the market's starting to pump a little bit more. We'll check some. We may not even have time for charts today, or at least very few charts. So we're going to move a little bit faster here. But the point is, I gave you an idea for a repeg. If you didn't watch my video, go watch my video from yesterday about the repeg. I got another video coming out today. Also got a video coming out on Myro. Also got a video coming out on Ben. So make sure that you're checking every one of those out. And with Luna Classic, look, that repeg, once that repeg really starts to foment and people start to see, oh shit, we're going to start burning tokens, and they see it on Test Center, when it becomes something of an early reality, even if it's not part of Binance, even if it's not part of Weeks. And if you haven't already, make sure you sign up for Weeks down below if you're a Luna Classic trader, because if you're not signing up for Luna Classic, if you're not to trade Weeks at Luna Classic, trade Luna Classic at Weeks, reverse that. And if you're not doing that, you're not helping the cause, by the way. So help the cause. You know what I mean? If you do that, then we're in, that's going to help me. First of all, it helps me. The more you trade, the more it helps me. if you are Luna Classic and you want to help me. I have thousands of people, but I only have like 30 people, 40 people that have signed up so far. I mean, if I get 2,000 people sign up in trading weeks, imagine how much we could burn. You know what I mean? Like that would be a phenomenal amount of tokens that would end up getting burned every month, and that would add to the bag. And to see Weeks do that would be fantastic. So start trading today. And if you haven't, then the repeg. I had an idea yesterday, but you can go check it out for yourself. And with that, I yield my time. Let's get into chart analysis because we're not going to talk because, you guys. All right, so again, we made it pretty. This is the long-term auto fib extension telling us that, there's a big move, right? That big move is coming pretty soon. Let's get into the lower time frame. Lower time frame tells us that we are in, this is how far up on the monthly we are. Look at this, RSI. Look how low these RSI, oh my God. The SMA is, look how far down we are on the monthly. When we get to the weekly, it looks a little bit more tolerable and bearable. The green one is the 20, the blue one is the 50, and the yellow one is the 100, in case anybody doesn't know how I do. And then on the daily, we are up in the bouncing off of the 20 right now, and having that little sort of breakout moment. Now, how far does it go? Again, guys, we're going to have that retest pretty soon of that top. Money is still flowing into this Bitcoin market, even though we had 3 days of outflows. They were small amounts of outflows. The market is just now priming up for more Bitcoin. I mean, guys, it's only been, 60 days right now? A little over 60, 70, 75 days maybe, that we've had this Bitcoin ETF. We haven't even had it for 90 days yet. And it's already in the top of all time, and it's only going to get bigger. And matter of fact, if you haven't already, there is a debate between Michael Saylor and Peter Thiel over Bitcoin. Oh my God. Peter Thiel looks like an idiot. And if you haven't watched it, go to YouTube, find it, and watch Peter Thiel look like a goddamn idiot, because that's basically, you know who he is and what he do. Anyway, so on the chart today, on this candle from 69,000 to 71.5 is where we are right now, and we're almost at 71.5 again. So what is going on with Bitcoin? Most probably what we're looking at is another continuation of these big ass moves. I mean, where's the next node that we're going to be looking at? We're going through one right now that we're going to have a swift move into 72,000. Most probably. I mean, this could be, by the way, let's look at the liquidation heat map and let's refresh it, because we can't just leave it sitting like that. So if we're going to make a move, then the move is going to be at about 71,800, maybe up into this 72,000, up through 72.3, basically. Looks to be where that's going to be the maximum move at this point on the shorter time frames. I would expect a retracement down to 69.7 at some point pretty soon. On the 3-day, where you get a little bit more volume and a little bit more dollar bill, y'all. 72,300 confirmed. Now, there is an incentive right now to keep taking this up a new level. So 72,300 looks like it's going to be the level, might even sweep all the way up here, because there is a nice pocket at 72,006. So there is a range here by which Bitcoin is going to go up, or could potentially be going up quite a bit. Now, part of that is when you get that big move, when you get that nice big buy going through here, then that's going to create a lot of leverage down in this position right here where people are longing. So they're going to come back down for it, with the most likely spot of retracement, 70,200. So be looking for a move like that. Now, could be, by the way, 69.7 in this range. And of course, there's still that big 67,900 on the longer time frame. We're skipping a week now for timing. We're going to a month. On the month, it tells us that we're testing that all-time high pretty soon. If you look at the 1 year, then it tells us there is the biggest amount that's available to just crash into is around 73,000. There's 5.1 billion and 5.3 billion. There's billions of dollars sitting here up at the top, and this expiry coming pretty soon. People are going to be betting right now on a big move to the upside. So I would be looking for a massive move coming out of Bitcoin very, very soon, maybe even a lot sooner than we think at this point. Let's look at this on a longer time frame and get an idea of what that. I mean, guys, we're in unexplored territory at this point. So there's going to be just a magnificent move coming at some point pretty soon. And by the way, this is the MACD looks like it's about to flip. So we could be seeing a pump really starting to happen pretty soon. Myro, by the way, let's get into Myro real quick because we're running a little short on time here. I told you guys it was going to wick up to 29. It wicked up to 29. Retrace back down because it didn't break out of this trend line. It's going to break out of this trend line because of what's going on with Binance. Perpetual futures on Binance is going to be the first boom, and then this thing is going to retest this 29, should reject a little bit, and then hopefully, if we get a confirmation, then you're going to move to that next level, and that next level is going to be right here at around 30 cents. And I'm looking. Look, I think Myro is about to have an all-time high. I think Myro is about to get a massive pump going on right now. Solana, in the meantime, I told you guys that expecting a breakout up here in this range. It's starting to happen. We bounced off of this low at 182. We're in this channel, kind of making our way. It's coming off of this last move right here. If this last move is an actual indication of what the parabolic move would look like, I want to say that from here to here is most probably what it is. So boom, this thing could be at 250 in very short order. Like we could be looking at, and remember, a lot of people have been calling for Solana to 250 very, very soon, right? So we could be looking at that next leg up. And going back into this longer range here, Solana at 260, we're going to be testing that top very, very soon. Like we've built support through this range. It would appear, or at least we're building support. I shouldn't say we built. We're building support through this range. Once you wear out some of the sellers that are sitting in this range, which it appears that we are, because we're starting to see that retracement back up. If we're wearing out the sellers, then the next thing is to start pushing towards that all-time high, with most probably 230. Somewhere around in that range where we're going to see the biggest level of resistance, and then just kind of push our way through to 263. And then, guys, I really think that Solana, when you look at the overall market cap, and you look at Solana, by the way, I'm not set up for any of this still. At number 5 with a 83 billion market cap, it's trading higher than Ethereum on some days. Like we do have to recognize that, right? So Solana has more volume. It doesn't today, by the way. Let me actually point that out. If you look at the volume traded, Ethereum 2.6 billion, BSC 1.4 billion, Solana 1 billion. So that dominance didn't last very long. But the point is, there's still $1 billion. So if you look at the market cap of 88 billion, and you just consider that it's very similar to Ethereum in that regard, if you look at that, then you've got to think that this thing is going to go up 4x, 5x, maybe 6x, and at least get closer to that position. Like I feel like Solana is about to flip BNB for good pretty soon, but it's hard to argue because I feel like that, because BSC is still, it's still crushing. And by the way, if you're looking for places where you should be making sure that you got a nice big bag when you're looking at this, because you're looking at Ethereum, 400 billion market cap, 430 billion market cap. You're looking at BSC sitting here with 87 billion, and then Solana at 83 billion. And then you look at the volume here. Well, Arbitrum, Base, and Thorchain are in this realm. Now, do they always pump up to that level? No. But when you look at this and you look at the potential for each one of those, go find Arbitrum, go find Thorchain on this list here. Arbitrum at 4 billion market cap. Look, to get to where Solana is, that's 20x from where it is. That's a $30 Arbitrum token. That's like, we're looking at just a fantastic run for Arbitrum. At some point, the volume on this chain, the total value locked, all of the pieces are going to fall into place for Arbitrum, and the same thing for Thorchain. There's a lot of trading going on these, and this is a 3.2 billion market cap. It is only a matter of time before both of those just have absolute annihilating breakouts. So yeah, that's where we are. By the way, Dog with Hat is at 337 right now, still finding a way to mint an all-time high, continuing to go. Up, Discover Crypto deleted the hack post. Fuck those guys. Myro, by the way, about to hit 26. Myro is not breaking out yet, but it's getting ready. It looks like to have that breakout. And look, Myro, remember, Dog with Hat went to $3.35. When it's based on market cap, this is the last thing, and then we got to go. Dog with Hat has 22.5 billion in liquidity, or 25 billion. Oh my God, I said billion. It has 25 million in liquidity right now. 3.3 billion market cap. Myro, for Myro to do that, I don't think, by the way, that Myro's going to do that. I don't see it. And I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying I don't see it. But I do see $1. But to see this thing go to $3 would be just incredible. Like, that would be one hell of a run for market cap for Myro. So Myro, by the way, in case you didn't know, Myro is he's a good boy. So that's it. Guys, I got to go. I got to get ready for the Bears. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know I went a little bit over today. Call it caffeine and beta alanine and creatine and glutamine, or whatever it is in my supplements that I drink in the morning before I get ready to do this shit and then start working out and all that kind of stuff. So, whatever. Myro, I think, is going to have a nice little pump coming pretty soon. Hope you don't miss it. If you do, that's okay, because there's always going to be another Myro. There's always going to be another Dog with Hat. There's always going to be another one. Hopefully that one's called Neco pretty soon. And then Grok, remember Grok, and GME are going to have nice big runs. So, guys, I got to go. Thank you so much. Make sure that you watch this video to the end, and thank you for tuning in. Leave a comment down below, by the way, and make sure on the way out, if you haven't already, hit that like button for me. I appreciate it, and thank you so much. Cryptonomy.finance just launched a research section, so make sure that you go check that out today. Learn a little bit more about crypto that you may not have known before. If you are a corporate client, you can have a relationship manager and a lot of customer support, superior OTC services, and institutional tools that will help you in your venture. Also, if you sign up for the VIP course, you can get in touch with high-touch wealth management personnel and a lot of different people and personalized information as you need in order to successfully navigate this crypto system. Also, if you look at my moves right now, you can see that I'm earning over 106 Solana on my last staking. My Tether, I'm going to earn 1,670 on my staking so far. You can see there's some of these I've earned $784. I can't cash out for a while, but I've earned $784 so far. And then in the Launchpool, guys, if you haven't checked the Launchpool out, you've got to check the Launchpool. Look at these ROIs that I'm getting right now. It's fantastic. 20x on K9 Finance, 7x on Weave, on Block Jerk. If you put a stake into this system right here, it gives you